So card number 23 isn't just a card, it's a little book box, and it opens up to have a fabulous aperture with lots of depth to it. So this is great for 3-dimension, and it's also very sturdy to go through the post. We've done all the hard work with all the measuring both sides, but you're going to see how that's all going to come together. So first of all, take the end and fold over the edge using the 2 score lines. Secondly, fold over the other 2 edges. So that's the base of the actual book card. The next part of it is going to go on here, and this is the second part of it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fold this column back, so that actually will go onto the spine of the card. And this is the way that I prefer to do this. First of all, I'm lining it up so that I'm fitting it into that score line. I'm just going to make sure that that's going to fit perfectly. Now, I have actually misaligned this, so I'm just going to try and make sure I can get this off. That was lucky because red liner tape isn't always as forgiving. So line it up into the score line like that before we press it down. That's it, it's in a good place. The next piece needs to actually go over like this. So you need to pull the card together so that it overlaps. So I'm going to pull that card using the element. Now, make sure you don't pull this at an angle because that's going to spoil the effect and it won't stand as perfectly. And then lean into it so that you get it to actually stick in place there. We've created the box and look at how good that is. It is a perfect shape. Now we're going to put some decoration on. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put some detail on the front. So pretty decoration that allows us to have this portrait or landscape. I've got some decorative corners. They're going to go on all 4 of the corners. Very finely finished with the papers here. So make sure that these get stuck properly. Put a little bit of adhesive on those edges if you're not getting them perfectly stuck down. I'm checking the distance that I've got at each end. This is a scan and cut working at its best, where you've got this fine detail. And finally, that last panel is going to go up there. Now, I'm just going to show you a quick little trick. So if I've taken some of the waste that I've been pulling off my cards. If you've got something like this where it isn't stuck down, put some of your wet glue onto some of the waste and just slide it out and stick that down. Look at the difference it makes when you get that stuck in place. Also, this is another way of utilising it, so you don't get too much glue when you're trying to stick this down. So finally, one last panel to go on there. Now, it looks like these little perforations are almost like a cut suede. So don't worry if you end up with little parts of it almost not cut through. I think that authenticity and the shabbiness of that just blend and bring that together. And then finally, I'm just going to pull that in place and put my frame inside. Finishing touch, just to really make that aperture pop and give us an extra dimensional finish. So there we go. There's our second little book card, along with the first 2 fabulous colourways.